tuning in. We have a special treat, Jen from Real Housewives Recaps. So we get some extra perspective. She's got a lot more inside info. And yeah, we'll just have a nice discussion and check out some videos to react to. So thanks for coming.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, oh wait, we have the. Yeah, I should plan better. The Pat
It's okay.
Tillman. You were just telling me about the Pat Tillman Award.
Yeah.
Uh, so
So
yeah,
I don't know when this is going up, but tonight is the Pat Tillman Award over on ESPN. It sounds like we're going to be boycotting that, but but I am curious to see if they show. What are your thoughts? Do you think that they'll show?
I think that they're going to show because when have they not shown for anything, particularly an award? It's like there's some some little league kid. It's like most improved player. Megan like runs in front, grabs a trophy. It's like
True. So the only thing that comes to mind is that there is such backlash right now with them that it's for once I know it goes against everything I think too. I think normally they would show. They may not show to this one. I'd point you toward, remember that Legend of Aviation Award? I don't know if you're familiar with it, where Harry showed up and Meghan did not. It was when he accused John Travolta of dining out on his mother's memory. I mean, of all things, that's all
yeah.
Harry does, right? So he was in the middle of backlash for that, and she did not show for that one.
Oh, that's
So
a good point. Yeah, because she's probably very calculated with her PR. It's like, okay.
yes. Exactly. So she would see it as, everything I do is perfect, has no balls, drags me down.
that's, that's, I forgot about that name. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. I'm here to entertain.
Yeah, that's funny. that's, yeah, and you were just telling me a bit about like his mother, Pat Tillman, is against.
Yeah. So, speaking of that John Travolta thing, okay, think about this. So, Harry is accusing John Travolta at that award ceremony. I'm going somewhere with this of dining out on his mother's memory. Okay. So, obviously, I mean, he just can't stop with the Diana stuff. And then here we have Harry at this. It's not that the award's nonsense, it's nonsense. They're giving it to him, this nonsense award in that sense. The Pat Tillman's mother, Marie, is actively speaking out. And again, he's all about mothers, but this time he's going to disregard it because it suits himself. So it's just interesting when you break it down like that and you think about, God, that guy really is can I say bad words? He's a prick,
Yeah. No, definitely. I definitely agree.
Mhm.
I mean, Megan's another level with it, but just the total disregard for the concept of like consistency or being a hypocrite doesn't even like play on their radar.
Yeah.
It's like, what benefits me the most right now? It's like, does it saying like, oh, you guys need to not leave when Megan's in Nigeria saying you shouldn't leave your country, blah blah blah. It's like, Megan, you spent like a week there to do a PR tour, 5 days. It's like,
yeah. I mean, you're calling the family the Istwards, right? And then you're clinging on to the titles you can only get from that family. It's the constant hypocrisy. It keeps me riveted, though.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, that's such a good. I never forget I think it's Anderson Cooper, where he asked Harry, and he's like, it's a softball interview too. Like, what did he say? Like,
something about, would you ever give up?
Yeah, and Harry's like, what would that do? Yeah. Like, it's such like a petulant baby.
Yes.
I never even used that word petulant.
Like, I feel like,
but seeing Harry is like perfect.
Oh wait, I'm gonna need you to do the Harry face one more time for me, please.
Which Harry face is it?
The one you just did. It was great.
Oh, where it's like, what would that do? I don't know. I don't even know what I have to look back.
No, you just did great. That's what I was just teasing. Like, I want to see that face again. That was funny.
Yeah, but it literally was like that.
He's such a spoiled brat. And I think that the palace hid it for so long. And really, And you know what's interesting about that is it flies in the face of everything that Meghan and Harry have said, which the palace was out to get us and
Yeah.
all this, right? But yet we can clearly see the palace protected them.
Yeah.
And because we didn't know what what a jerk he's been.
100%. And that's such a slap in the face, right?
Mhm.
Like you have this kid, member of the family, who's like the mess up,
Uh-huh.
right? He's the problem child, and you're always putting out these little fires, doing whatever you can to give him a good image. And then he comes out, completely betrays you, blames you for everything, says
Yeah.
that they've always been holding him back. He's always been so great. And oh my gosh, what a.
You're so spot on. Yeah, and on her, I struggle with the same. I think she was born with it, but then it was the perfect storm of circumstances where she was exactly what you said, completely spoiled.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she became this monster because you don't I mean, say what you will, good or bad, about the family. You don't see that with the other ones from what I could tell.
Yeah.
It's her. And so yeah,
Yeah, that's a
she's
very
a
good point.
monster.
Yeah, her. And well, the thing is too. I mean, I don't know tons about her mother. I don't see
Uh-huh.
any indicator that her mother seems like a good person. I mean,
Uh-huh.
the family has said, and it's funny because everything that we've observed for the
Uh-huh.
most part and concluded has been, what's the word, corroborated by the
Uh-huh.
family, right?
Yes.
It's like Doria Ragland. What a
Uh-huh.
terrible name,
Yeah.
Ragland. Like, what
Yeah, it's not
is,
good.
used the father for money. So it's like she basically lived off of this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
And had a kid with him, right? Who ended up being like evil,
Yeah.
ran away, let him raise the kid completely on his own. And now she swoops in and she's back on the inside, right? Like, oh, let's take
Yeah.
advantage of more people. And again, I think they probably connected on that. It's like, here's these
I
stupid
Yeah.
men, like stupid idiots like Harry. And well, I don't know if his father's dumb, but he is. I don't want to say that, but I
Yeah.
think he was too nice, a little
Yeah. And I
too.
think Megan and Doria, in my opinion, they seem to have what's the word? Where they use each other kind of relationship, right? So Megan can trot out Doria when she needs her and then put her back in the closet or wherever she's keeping her.
Oh yeah.
And then same with Doria, I'm sure she's using Megan as well. We've heard reports, allegedly
Oh,
of money, changing hands and stuff and payments being made. So I'm sure they're using each
allegedly,
other.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. And also just her, like, yeah, I'm sure, like, this, I think it's two people who haven't really, like, worked for real in their lives.
Uh-huh.
Uh, just kind of, they found a little golden,
Yeah.
golden ticket. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, a little red-haired idiot golden ticket, angry golden
Yeah.
ticket.
Well, formerly red hair, he's
Yeah.
losing it,
Yeah,
which,
true.
again, I actually, I think I just did film this recently. I normally don't like to make fun of things people can't control or whatever,
Sure.
but he said it specifically about William
Yes.
in his book. So I'm like, that is
Exactly.
some karma, right? He's like
Yes.
again, it was such a baby, right? Him where he's pretending to be like the high horse, like I'm taking down the institution, and I'm just, I'm just giving them constructive criticism. And he's like, William was looking at me with his sour face and
Yeah.
bald head. It was just like total baby, you know.
Yes, exactly. So you're so spot on, and he called him alarmingly bald. It just shows
Oh,
his lack of awareness. I mean,
yeah.
it's like it's coming for all of us, dude, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
you
hope
really want to
not.
go
I hope
yeah,
not.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, I just
but
mean anything to do with that aging and all
sure,
of that.
sure.
So
No,
it's like calling somebody old. It's coming, God willing, it's coming for all of us, right?
yeah. It also is pretty funny because it seems like they had almost the exact same genetics. Like it was like
Yeah.
William was like 2 years, then 2 years later Harry's hair goes.
Isn't
I
that
think that's
funny?
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
But
spot
also it's
on.
like there was nothing constructive about that.
That's
Like
exactly it. It was just a I mean, that explains Spares, just a whiny I don't know what the word.
But
Yeah, just a way to air out every grievance ever.
yes. Well,
And including remember there was a part where he talked about William got the bigger breakfast sausage, and I was just like, "What am I reading?"
yeah, that's ridiculous. What a freaking spoiled brat baby.
Yes, if that's your biggest complaint, your life's been pretty good, right?
Yeah, yeah. And also the thing is too, like this idea of blaming your family for everything
Yeah,
when you're a 40-year-old man. You know.
absolutely. Speaking of 40, so bring up such good points, and so he's coming up on his 40th, and the rumor is that he comes into some money at his 40th.
I believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's been, you know,
I
he's gotten things all the time. You know.
Absolutely. So it was I looked into it now, I've already forgotten. I believe it was partially from the Queen Mother and maybe partially from Diana, but wherever it's coming from, she's not going anywhere until she gets her paws on that, right? I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like
Oh
the
yeah.
separation is coming, but I feel like she's gonna hang out and bide
Oh
her
yeah.
time until
And there's
then.
no way there's a prenup or anything
Uh-huh.
like. No way. I mean.
Uh, Well, and even if so, I'm sure she can contest it because again, you're in a different country, different
Yeah.
circumstances now. So,
Yeah.
but
I would.
but
Part of.
see, I think that there would, but I think she would be able to find some hotshot lawyer to figure
Yeah.
out to argue semantics on that. But then, um, oh gosh, what was I lost my train of thought there. But anyway, oh no, people always come in my comments and say well, she's not entitled to the inheritance, and I would argue you're right. Like, I guess with prenup stuff, you can't or whatever with splits, you can't touch inheritance, but all she'll have to do is convince him to move that money to like Archwell or one of her projects, and then
Oh
all
yeah.
bets are off, right? I mean, she'll
Yeah.
find a way. Believe me, she'll fake a
Oh
pregnancy or whatever.
sure. Uh, I
Something
think
will happen.
absolutely. Yeah. When you have, unfortunately, when you have someone who's just completely like they have zero qualms about
Mhm.
anything,
Yeah.
oftentimes it works out. You know.
I don't think we've seen anything yet in terms of Ruthless. I think that when not if, but when these 2 split, oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I covered the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. That was very interesting, very tumultuous, and
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of narcissism. So, yeah, I just see a lot of similarities in Amber Heard and Meghan Markle, so I think we will be
Yeah.
in for a tumultuous one when they do split.
That'll be entertaining.
Yeah.
That will because you know you can't feel bad for Harry. I mean, he's such a jerk
Oh, yeah.
to
I don't,
people.
yeah.
You
No, I
know.
agree, I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
the way he treated his grandmother, no, I'll never
Yes,
forget
because you
that.
can't take that back. I
No.
also this just randomly gets me thinking, like moving into the future, what Megan's gonna be like. Because to me, she obviously still the same, but I feel like she's been so focused on like, you know, I don't know, say bedroom appeal most of her
Yeah,
life. When you look at her
sure.
acting career and whatever. So I don't
Uh-huh.
know what her continuing shtick is gonna. Well, I guess now she wants to be a lifestyle dog biscuit. I
Yes.
don't know.
I think she'll be whatever makes her the most money. So if it's
Yes.
the
Anything.
next Gwyneth Goop attempt with something like
Yeah,
that,
the
then that's what
goop.
she's going to do. Yeah.
That's
Snake oil
funny.
peddling, whatever it is, that's what she's gonna do.
Yeah, yeah, Snake. Yeah, for sure. That'll be interesting. Yeah, if she gets
Yeah.
into, and she seems to go with whatever the trend is. Like if you look at her
Yes.
interviews throughout the years, that's also something that I've pointed out with Megan, how her image changed so much, like with the times.
Uh-huh.
Like when it used to be like, early 2000s, I think it was cool to be like, oh, you came from a rich family, so she was like,
Sure.
oh, I came from money, like
Mhm.
I'm a, Beverly Hills girl. But then the thing became to be, oh, you're a victim of the system or
Yes.
something. And then
Uh-huh.
she switched to that and like
Mhm.
no consistency whatsoever. But she just
Yes.
like whatever's rewarded, what's like the most trendy image she went with.
Yes, whatever's rewarded with attention or money, I think she will
Yes.
be that.
Yeah.
But I think honestly that was her approach with Harry is whatever he needs me to be is what I will be. When I
Yeah.
just assume, when they first got together, most likely, and
Yeah.
then it became this monstrosity. So
It, yeah, it's funny. I just got paused there because it's funny.
Mhm,
Like we've thought about it, but I really think it's like, what?
mhm.
I know we already thought this. Like, what was he thinking? Like, what makes you
Yeah, oh
want to
yeah.
date that woman? It's like,
Yeah.
I still like. It's like, okay, he's a jerk. He's dumb, but
Mhm.
like, where's the appeal? It's like,
I don't know. I
but again, I
think
guess he's just a total sap.
yeah,
You know?
exactly, and I think I mean, I I don't like to put it all on the woman, so I think he's partially responsible. I think he was angry, miserable, whatever, dim person,
Yeah.
and she came along and somehow dazzled him, and he fell
Yeah.
for it thinking that he had found the next Catherine. And that
Yeah.
William would be so jealous or envious of
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
his relationship, and then,
Yeah.
obviously that's not how it's gone. It's
Oh,
the
totally.
antithesis of Catherine.
Yeah, this got me thinking. I was just thinking of earlier was just Harry with the book Spare. Um, didn't the woman that he was first with, like, didn't he portray it like he was taken advantage of by an older woman, and she was
Yeah.
like a few months older than him and like worked in the stable, like just total lies.
I think again, it's almost I don't know if victim's the right word in there, but victim adjacent almost. Yeah,
Yeah,
feel sorry for me. Yeah.
yeah, but
And
just
then
like,
she spoke out and was like, "This is BS. What are you
yeah.
saying?" Yeah.
Well, his instructor for flying too also said like they would never do that. He's like he was flying and they like pushed the thing so the plane went
Uh-huh.
crazy, and the instructor's like, yeah, we would never do that. We've never done that. Like
Yeah.
just ridiculous
Where do you come
lies.
up with this stuff? Exactly. And
Yeah,
and therein again lies my fascination because they lie about easily provable things like that
yeah.
just don't make like I get stuck on Megan's. I was just talking about this with somebody else. Megan's lie about we got married 3 days before.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
no, you didn't. And it's illegal in the UK, apparently. I didn't know
Yeah.
that, but I've learned that. And there's just so many reasons like it doesn't make sense. And then the archbishop said, no, that's not what happened.
It's
But what's
really,
but to follow up the interesting thing there is it's an easily provable lie.
yeah.
Oprah went along with it. And then I don't know what you call her followers. I've been calling them the lemon rats in my comments
That's good.
saying basically like that the rest of us collectively are lying and they did
Yeah.
get married. It's like no, it's easily provable they did not, because if
Yeah.
you even watch Harry's face during the interview,
Uh-huh.
he's kind of shocked by it. So
That's hilarious.
she just
She's like,
says
we got
these
married. It's like,
things. Yeah. What are you saying? Yeah, he would know that it was not well, maybe he's sheltered, but you
yeah.
would think somebody would know that it's not the case and not like I guess forgive me, the way I understand it, I may have this a little wrong. In America, you can get married in a backyard. In the UK, it doesn't quite work like that.
Uh-huh.
So, so her with her American knowledge just thought, sure, that's something, you know what I mean? I mean, Jay and
Yeah.
I quite literally got married in my parents' backyard. It's a thing that
Uh-huh.
you can do, but
Yeah.
but I don't think you can over there. I don't think, I mean, I don't pretend to know all the rules, but I don't think he's a little different. So,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't know that. So she just spouts these things off and expects us all to go
No,
with it.
it's
It's crazy.
it's so true.